Hello, and welcome to the April installment of Construction Junction, presented to you by MSU Infrastructure Planning and Facilities. In the coming months, there will be changes to how we share IPF-related information and construction updates. We are in the process of piloting a newsletter to highlight IPF people, projects, accomplishments, and initiatives. Information that has historically been presented as part of Construction Junction will now be included in this newsletter. Stay tuned for further developments. The agenda for the April presentation will begin with updates on which projects are going to the next two Board of Trustees meetings. We will then have new project presentations on the TB Simon Power Plant R.I.C.E facility, Munn Ice Arena expansion, and the IM West pool refurbishment, followed by updates on current ongoing projects. Beginning with the April BOT meeting, the projects going to the board will include, for Step 2, authorization to proceed, renovations to Cowles House, and construction of a biosafety Level 3 lab. Moving on to the June BOT meeting, the projects going to the board for Step 2, authorization to proceed, are TB Simon Power Plant R.I.C.E facility construction, Swine Teaching and Research Edition, Munn Ice Arena Edition, and IM West pool refurbishment. We begin this month's new project presentations with a project to construct a building to house reciprocating internal combustion engines at the TB Simon Power Plant. The TB Simon Power Plant has been in operation for well over 50 years, producing both electricity and steam for campus heating and cooling. The equipment, though still dependable, is aging, and the demand for electricity is outpacing the demand for steam production. The R.I.C.E project is one part of a set of strategic investments the university is making to help modernize power production, meet changing needs, save energy, and lower operating costs. The goals of the project are to provide more efficient and flexible electricity production, lessen the burden of electricity production in the current plant, reduce excess steam production, enable the plant to quickly respond to environmental changes that can affect renewable energy production, enable further investment in alternative energy options, reduce fuel expenses, and reduce emissions. The scope of the project includes construction of a building to house 3 natural gas-fired reciprocating internal combustion engines, with space for a possible 4th engine in the future. Impacts to the campus community will include site access restrictions at the power plant during construction. However, no power outages are expected. Campus stakeholders will be kept in regular communication. Construction is scheduled to begin in June, with expected completion by January of 2021. Here is the site plan showing the location of the proposed R.I.C.E building at the former site of the power plant coal pile, and a couple of artist renderings showing the R.I.C.E plant and the entire power plant site. For questions regarding the R.I.C.E facility project, contact Project Representative Chris Barnes. Next is a presentation on the planned expansion of Munn Ice Arena. Munn Ice Arena opened in 1974 and is the home to MSU hockey as well as various campus and public skating events. The facility has fallen behind its peers, is lacking in team meeting space, operational areas, and energy efficiency, and does not have an appropriate presence for a facility that holds almost 7,000 guests. The goals of the project are to improve the student-athlete, fan, and public experience, improve hockey operations and work areas, and provide a new face for the arena. The scope of the project will include new memorabilia displays, expansion and relocation of the hockey operations and coaching offices, and improvements to the quality of the facility in alignment with other recently completed collegiate athletics facilities. Impacts to the campus community will include limited access to the south side of the arena and closure of the east-west pedestrian walkways on the south side of Munn. Construction is scheduled to begin in June, with expected completion by October of 2020. Here's an aerial view of the facility showing its current footprint. The building plans for this expansion have not yet been finalized. We will share them in future Construction Junction presentations as they become available. For questions regarding the Munn expansion project, contact Project Representative Jason Van Zee. Next is a presentation on the planned refurbishment of the IM West outdoor pool. The IM West facility opened in 1958. The outdoor pool is original to the building and is beyond the end of its useful life. Intercollegiate athletics does not currently have access to a 50-meter swimming pool, which is a requirement of NCAA competitions. An upgraded pool would address these requirements and once again provide capacity for recreation and fitness activities. The goals of the project are to update the pool, auxiliary spaces, and mechanical systems to meet NCAA requirements, eliminate safety issues, improve ADA access and code compliance, and simplify maintenance. The scope of the project will include replacement of piping, providing a concrete slab for shallow water swimming, installation of new drains, replacement of various support systems, improvements to ADA access, correction of code issues, removal of the diving tower, upgrading of the mechanical room ventilation and lighting, replacement of heating and lighting controls, upgrading of the clock system, improvements to storage, and construction of office space. Impacts to the campus community will include the continued closure of the outdoor pool throughout the 2019 season. Construction is scheduled to begin in June, with completion by May of 2020. Here are some aerial views of the current site conditions. For questions regarding the IM West Pool project, contact Project Representative Jason Van Zee. We now begin our project updates with the construction of the new STEM facility. Accomplishments during the last few months include continued demolition of existing MEP components in the old power plant building, installation of foundations for the new structures, removal and storage of old power plant artifacts that will be incorporated into the new construction, and installation of steel components in the first floor annex area. Impacts to the campus community during the coming months will include commencement of wood timber erection beginning in June, and continued construction noise and traffic impacts. Here are some shots of the new foundation installation, auger cast pile installation, construction site progress, and the new steel components in the first floor annex of the old power plant. For questions regarding the STEM facility project, contact Project Manager Ken Gottschalk. Next, we have an update on the Wonders Hall renovation project. Accomplishments during the last few months include demolition of the second floor cafeteria and kitchen areas, installation of steel stud framing, which will continue through mid-May, commencement of concrete floor infill the second week of April, and mechanical piping installation. Impacts to the campus community during the coming months will include temporary detour of some egress routes and continued construction noise impacts. Here are some shots of the cafeteria and kitchen areas post-demolition. Steel stud framing installation, basement ceiling removal, and utility hanger installation. For questions regarding the Wonders Hall project, contact Project Manager Matt Postma. Next is an update on the FRIB HRS facility construction. Accomplishments during the last few months include completion of underground plumbing and electrical installation, as well as the experimental vault concrete floor installation. Progress on cast-in-place shielding wall installation, commencement of structural steel installation, setting of substations in place, installation of generator feeder line from the FRIB, pouring of the slab west of the vault pit, and 90% completion of MEP modeling prior to installation. Here are some shots of the setting of the concrete forms in the vault pit, the stairs to the vault pit, and the cryo lines traversing the new structure. For questions regarding the FRIB HRS project, contact Project Manager Todd Elkin. Lastly is an update on the field lighting installation at Old College Field. The project is now substantially complete, with 6 lights installed at Secchia Stadium and 7 lights at McLane Stadium. Here are shots of the new lighting at Secchia Stadium and at McLane Stadium. For questions regarding the Old College Field lighting project, contact Project Manager Tressa Wall. This concludes the April Construction Junction presentation. We encourage you to visit the Infrastructure Planning and Facilities website at www.ipf.msu.edu. There you'll find information on construction and maintenance alerts, detour information, construction junction information, project, and contact information. There are also a number of other IPF resources available, including listservs that you can subscribe to keep up to date with various IPF projects and events. Stay connected with IPF via social media. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Watch our videos on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and a reminder to keep tuned for new communication methods from Team IPF. We think you'll like what we have in store.